Hello, gentle beings. My name is Kelly Peterson. I am the former head of domain names at Automatic or WordPress.com. I used to work with Matt Mullenweg for Matt Mullenweg for 6.5 years from late 2016 to early 2023. It's taken me a long time in order to decompress from working for Matt. As is the case for a lot of people, it is a very unique experience, and I learned a lot from it. And I've had to unlearn a lot from it. It's, like I said, it's been since early 2023. And now I'm retired. I don't ever want to work for another person again. I'm happy to work with people and help them. And that's a big part of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I have a little bit too much time on my hands right now as I've transitioned to being a retired person. But my main motivation right now is to help protect the WordPress community and all of the people that I met at Automatic and all of the people who have now exited Automatic with similar stories to mine and frankly much worse. And it's because of that community that I am being so vocal right now. So I hope you'll take the time to watch the next 7.5 minutes or so while I explain to you a little bit more about why I'm doing what I'm doing. Hi, everyone. This message is for my fellow automaticians or my formerly fellow automaticians. I just want to say this again for the people in the back and make it very clear. I love WordPress. I deeply care about the employees at Automatic. Automaticians, by and large, in my experience, have been some of the most gracious, caring, loving, and smart people that I have ever had the pleasure of working with. Things have definitely changed over the last few weeks, and I would say going back as much as the last couple of years. What I don't like is liars, grifters, and bullies. And what you all are going through because of the actions of Matt Mullenweg is hideous. And please let me explain before you come at me. Just take a moment to listen. I am really sorry that you're being lied to and manipulated in order to justify his acts. It's his grift. He's the reason the company has been struggling financially. He has been the one that has changed direction over and over again and had people working at cross purposes and a whole host of other things that I believe, but certainly can't prove, nor honestly would I want to. But he's lying to you. I believe that he is lying to the board, and he is certainly lying in the court of public opinion. Internally, I want you to think about this. Internally, Automatic has been historically incredibly open with its stealthy plans, its acquisition plans, its financials, like insanely open to the point where Matt would often get dumped on by his own staff because of decisions or things like that. We all know that. I'm sure that that information is still available within Automatic. None of that stuff, in the entire time I've known about it, has leaked. None of it. Didn't leak when there was the acquisition of Tumblr. Didn't leak when there was the acquisition of Woo. Didn't leak when there was the acquisition of .blog. Why? Because none of that was shady, unethical, or breaking any laws. It really wasn't until this year that we started seeing things come out. And I think that is because Matt is under a lot of stress to perform, and he's making decisions that are not ethical. The leak of the information about the sale of user content across Tumblr, WordPress.com, and other venues to OpenAI and Midjourney in order to train their AIs. Clearly, one or more of your colleagues thought that that was so antithetical to the ethos of Automatic and, frankly, to the agreement that Automatic had with its users that they felt it needed to be known by the public. So they took that in their own hands. Did it damage the reputation of Automatic? Yeah, it did. But frankly, it sounds like it deserved to be. And now you have Matt in his position of extreme power over the entire WordPress ecosystem. You all know how much power he wields. And it turns out some of us didn't know the extent of that power. I certainly didn't know that he was the sole owner of .org. I've spoken to many other people, very high-ranking people who used to be there. They didn't know it. Be honest with yourself. Did you know it? Then he took this control over his position, his previously unknown control of the distribution channels, and a flimsy TM claim, and he tried to extort money from an organization who he used to tout as being exemplary in the community. Yes, that organization changed controls, but he encouraged them to build a business using the exact same tactics that they are using today. The only difference is Matt is now under the gun to improve the financial well-being of Automatic. Again, that is his fault. Your colleagues who have leaked this information, they know that his actions are not in alignment with the creed. That creed, when you really look at it, no longer exemplifies Matt's ethos. Think critically about what you have been saying about your now former colleagues. I don't even care about what you're saying about me, but don't come at me and tell me that I'm overreacting when you know darn well what's being said in those channels, because I have actually seen some of it. So you've got these people who know that this is not in alignment with the creed, with the ethics, with general ethics, and the overall ethos of open source. And we've also learned from the legal complaint against Matt and Automatic that he was trying to blackmail a woman to join the company. How can you look at that action and support it? How can you support the man who does this blindly without stopping and thinking critically that something might be amiss? How can you cheer his hostile takeover of advanced custom fields as though it was anything other than a naked revenge? How can you call for leakers to be paraded around the upcoming 2025 GM so that you can all get eggs and pelt the leaker or leakers as a... Sorry, I'm actually really upset about this, because this kind of thing, this mob mentality that some of you have developed, that's not part of the Automatic that I knew and loved. And I don't think that that is part of the Automatic that so many of you joined. And it makes me so sad to think about how much you've bought into the lies and the cult of personality that Matt Mullenweg has instilled there, and how much fear he has instilled in you while he calls for people at WP Engine to leak to him, but he is going on witch hunts in order to stop the leaks coming out of Automatic. Some of you have turned this into a ugly and twisted, malevolent cult. And I hope that when the rose-colored glasses shatter for you, that you're still able to look yourself in the mirror and be comfortable with the things that you said and did in order to justify his grift. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a bigger understanding of what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. And if you need to stay within Automatic, know that I still support you. There's so many reasons that people are afraid to take this kind of step, and certainly it doesn't help when you're pressured to do it in a quick time frame. So you have my support, and if and when you are on the other side, know that you're welcome among us. Peace.